Hi, I'm Jay,
And I'm John.
and we're Bucket List Travellers.
And we're in Granada, Nicaragua right now, and we've been here for the last 4 months in lockdown.
In November last year, we decided to leave our home and set off on a year's trip around the world.
We started out in the Americas with Hawaii first, then we made it to Canada for a friend's wedding. And then after that, at the start of this year, we made our way through Mexico and the countries of Central America.
Not long after we arrived in Nicaragua, the first case of coronavirus was declared in Central America.
Shortly after that, the borders all around us were closing very fast.
After a few days of painful deliberations, we decided we would stay here. So we found a really nice villa, which we've been staying in for the last 4 months.
Yeah, and it's been really fun. We've been getting ourselves into a routine here. We don't leave the house at all unless it's for groceries. We only get groceries twice a month. And we also leave only for visa extensions, which we've had to do a couple of. So what do we do at home?
So at home, we've got ourselves into a regular routine. We try and do some form of exercise each day. We have yoga programs that we follow, so we've got a daily yoga routine. We've also been getting into learning how to do handstands, and we've been doing regular push-ups each day to try and keep ourselves fit. And we've got a beautiful pool here to swim in.
Early on, I think I was getting a bit too overzealous with some of the exercises, and I managed to give myself vertigo when doing handstands. I was doing it every day, and yeah, that wasn't a good idea. And then Jay also got into doing the splits or practicing the splits, and so I started doing that as well. And I don't know, I pulled a butt muscle or something and could hardly move for a couple of days. That was not very fun.
Apart from doing our exercise routine, we've been trying to keep the mental muscle memory going, and so we've been doing Duolingo to build up our Spanish.
Nuestros abuelos son americanos.
Which is particularly important here given that Spanish is the major language in Central America. And we've got cleaners and pool people that come in a couple of times a week. So to be able to communicate with them, we really need to up our Spanish game, and I can see real improvements.
But our pool guy can talk a little bit of English, and he's learning English at the moment as well. So he's helping our Spanish, and we're helping his English. So it's quite symbiotic there. It's quite good. Our cleaner doesn't speak much English at all. It's been really cool to see how our relationship with her has progressed over the last 4 months, because we can have real conversations with her now, or try to at least.
Yeah, and she's got a lovely sense of humour, so it's been good to be able to joke around with her as well, which has been really lovely. Apart from that, we've started up a YouTube channel, which is Bucket List Travellers, talking about our experiences overseas and our life goal of getting to 100 countries before we die.
It certainly kept the mental muscle going. I've learned how to video edit, which has been good and really tough as well at the same time, but it's rewarding seeing something come to life, especially now that we're locked down. We've got plenty of time to pull together and curate all our travel memories, which has been
great. Do you
great.
want to start that again, because you
It's been really cool seeing us pull together all our travel memories and put it together in something that we can share with the world.
Living in Nicaragua has been quite a different experience for us. It's been lovely being here, actually. The area is really set up for expats. There's a lot of supermarkets and restaurants around, and they've really adapted to the whole coronavirus situation. So while there aren't any official lockdowns in place, people have been really on board with ensuring that they wear masks And all of the shops have been super proactive.
You can't go into the shops without wearing a mask to begin with. And before you go in, you get your temperature tested. In the last 2 weeks, they've also introduced mats that you have to walk on and get your feet disinfected as well. And they also spray your hands and spray the trolley for you that you're about to use. So that's very proactive, we think.
And one useful thing with not having to leave home as much is that there are people that come around the streets each day selling veggies and fruit from carts that they wheel around the street. So we're able to get locally sourced food delivered right to our door, which is quite handy.
One of the things that we love whilst we're travelling is experiencing all the foods of the country that we're visiting. And since we've been in lockdown, we haven't been able to go out for food at all. The good thing though here is that restaurants, whilst they've closed down for in-dining, they've very quickly turned their business models around to offer home delivery or takeaway. So we do treat ourselves every once in a while with some home deliveries.
Going off to get some dinner?
That's right, some asado. So it's our little treat for the month.
That was quick.
See? It's just there. Okay, we've got a bit of a ritual when getting our home delivery food. So we first get it out here and we assume that my hands are contaminated. I get everything out and we assume this is contaminated too. Put everything here first. I'm going to unwrap it, and once it's all clear and open, then Jay will transfer it to a plate and then we can eat. Here we have dinner tonight. It's cerdo asado, which is pork grill, and it's accompanied with banana chips and also fried sweet banana. And next we have pollo asado, which is grilled chicken, yum yum yum. Then we've got an empanada here, I believe it's an empanada. And then finally we have some coleslaw to round it out. And there we have dinner.
And they really cater to the Western palate, so there's a lot of burgers and pizzas, and there's a lot of Mexican food and even one Japanese place, so that's been quite good to have that bit of variety.
We're really lucky to be here in Granada. It's really quite a comfy space.
The climate is really nice here as well. We're currently in the rainy season, but it's not as I expected. I've never been in a place that has had the dry season and the rainy season, but it's sunny most of the day, and maybe for an hour a day you might get a storm come through, but that's really good because it brings with it a cool fresh breeze and actually lowers down the temperature, which is really nice.
Yeah, so the temperatures consistently still get up into the low to mid 30s degrees Celsius, and it does cool down overnight, as Jay's saying, from the rains, and so you might get down to about 26 degrees Celsius at its lowest, and it's still pretty hot at night.
And we do have air conditioning units in the house, but we've decided not to use them because electricity prices here are quite high, so we want to keep those costs down as much as we can and do our bit for the environment as well by not using. You can hear the birds in the background.
Wrinkles and grays, don't be alarmed, because you're safe with me. The beautiful signs of our story so far, so far.
And also do our bit as well by not consuming as much electricity. So what we really have loved over the years has been exploring the world. We've got a goal of reaching 100 countries before we die. That's our bucket list goal, and currently we're at 40 countries.
Yeah, we were aiming to get to around 50 countries this year. However, with the pandemic and being locked down, that's increasingly unlikely to happen. But you know, we'll be out there again one day, traveling around the world when the world opens up again.
So we're keeping an eye on whether borders are opening yet, and it doesn't look like they'll open anytime soon. From what we hear, flights get cancelled all the time, so even though you might think you're going to leave the country soon, it's not necessarily going to be the case. We're quite fortunate in that we don't have anywhere that we need to be in a hurry, so we're just going to ride it out. Initially we thought that it would be 2 months, maybe 4, that we'd be here, but now I have a feeling it's going to be next year at the earliest. So we'll have to see how that goes. So far so good, and fortunately we enjoy each other's company, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Have a lot of requirements. You're looking down and looking really sad as I'm talking.
I'm listening to you. Oh,
Okay, but like
God.
you've got to interact with the camera.
okay. All right.
Like if you're in frame, you need to interact with the camera.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bit sad knowing that we probably won't see friends and family back in Australia till sometime next year in 2021. I've been telling Mum every weekly phone call that I'll be back in time for Christmas, but it's increasingly unlikely that that's going to be the case. So that's pretty sad. But that's I guess that's the way things are, and you just got to roll with it.
I guess we've been very fortunate that we've been able to be healthy and to maintain our distance from people for the most part. Yeah, we hear word about what's happening in the rest of the world, and it's pretty scary seeing all the death stats go up and all the infection rates go up. We hope that everyone out there is doing their bit to keep themselves safe and keep everyone around them safe as well.
Thanks for watching our video. If you like what you see, then please give us a thumbs up. We've got new videos coming out every week, and if you want to keep up with us, then please click the subscribe button. We are the Bucket List Travellers, signing off for now. See you next time.
See you next time.
Cause everything else in my life without you would be boring.